Hey everyone, let's take a look at some more advanced features and some cool things you can do with repeaters and overlays. I've got my repeater overlay that we had started in the initial repeaters video, but I've added 3 buttons to it. And so if you see here, we've got a button container, which is a flex container. So it is managing the how all these buttons appear. So it keeps all the spacing nice. And then I've got these text items, overlay nodes, I should say, snaps, animation, and waypoints. And I've named them accordingly so we don't get lost when we're trying to figure what we're doing. Right now, these guys don't do anything. They're strictly just text. They're just sitting there. So what I'll do is I will save this. I'm going to get out of here. And I'm going to go into my groups, this demo group I've created, and into this one here, which is a model of a 3D printable radial pneumatic engine, for those of you who just can't tell what this is right off the bat. And by default, we've got our snaps loaded here. And if you remember, those are loading because in the vertical menu, we had an action on snap load the snaps and groups. So we want to keep that. We could toggle it off for the snap by toggling this, but I want to keep that on because I like having data there initially. So we'll leave that for now and we'll go back into the Explorer. And what we're going to do is we're going to select snaps. That's the snaps button, remember? And we're going to say, okay, when someone clicks that, I would like to set the repeater source on click for our vertical menu to snaps and groups. Done. Okay, so when I click this, we're not going to see anything because this is already loaded, right? The magic's going to come in once we assign these guys here. So I'll open up the Explorer again, and I'll go into my button container and get animations. And I'm going to set the repeater source when someone clicks the animation button. And for the vertical menu, I would like to show the model animations. And this model has 1 animation in it. So we'll say, yes, this model. And the action is, what do you want to happen when someone clicks the animation that's going to show up in that list? And what I would like to do is to be able to toggle the play and pause button. So if they click the button, it starts the animation. If they click it again, it pauses it. Great, save that. And do the same for waypoints. I'm going to add a new action, set the repeater source, on click for the vertical menu, waypoints. Now, I have gone, I'm going to save this, I have gone and I've created a few waypoints already. So the center orbiting one, which is this guy here, which allows us to orbit around. The inner bolting, I call it, which lets you rotate around the bolts here at the bottom, see how they're spaced out. And then a gearing one, which lets you kind of look at the top and explore things. Now, if we go here, click animation. Oh, look at that. Click waypoints. Here's our waypoints. And then back to snaps again. So the cool thing with this is that I can have the animation started, and I can pause it at any point, then go to waypoints and kind of check out what's going on now that we've kind of half done this animation or paused it midway. So you can get much more interactive views than you could just by toggling the animation and kind of waiting for the animation to finish or zipping the mouse around and then kind of clicking things. You're able to activate waypoints at any time, which is super cool. Go back to the animation. I can kind of pause it, take it back to where it was, or we can watch the whole thing play. All right. I kind of like it exploded like this. We'll do this one kind of to capture it midway. All right. And then back to waypoints again. Check out how the bolts look in this one. Amazing. And then back to snaps. Right. So this is a super powerful feature, being able to toggle the data sources for these overlay repeaters dynamically at any point.